Cerebral palsy. I started walking at the age of 6. Now, they used to call me Crooked Kenny just because of the way that I walked. To be honest, it was Coach Stowe, Jerry Stowe, Willie Coleman, and Ivan Watson. If it wasn't for those 3 people that talked me into playing basketball, I wouldn't know about it. I wasn't gonna go out. I wasn't gonna go out. But if it was for those 3 people who said, go ahead and do it, I went ahead and did it. But once I put that jersey on, I felt like Superman. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt like Superman. I was proud. I was proud.
This is where we used to hang our crates up at. You see, as you look at nails, the older we got, the higher the crate got. You see the nails still in there, this pole. That's a piece of crate right there. That was a red crate right there that we use as a basketball rim, right here in this alley, between Antoinette and Marquette. And as we got a little bit bigger, the crates got higher. But that's beautiful. That piece of crate right there. That piece of crate right there got us prepared for the success we had with basketball. That piece right there is still there. This pole we hung our crates up on and played basketball on. In the alley between Antoinette and Marquette.
A Peoria woman received a 9-year prison sentence for her role in a 2021 shooting death of a 17-year-old Manual High student.
Welding students at Manual High School in Peoria have been busy practicing their skills.
The district is working now on a plan to make sure Manual students can simply get to school safely without bullets flying.
George Graves Jr., a well-respected band director at Manual High School, was honored today. Their alumni group wanted part of Griswold renamed in his honor. Within the past 10 days in Peoria, more than 160 shots have been fired. Peoria's mayor, Rita Ali, also a proud Manual alum, was there to acknowledge his achievements. Graves served as Manual High's band director from 1977 until he retired in 2008.
When they got there, they discovered a second teenager in the home who is suspected of shooting a Manual High student in the leg while he was walking to school last Thursday, and possibly shooting at the school again.
Whenever I looked in the mirror, I never wanted to be ashamed of what I saw. And it goes with my students. When I talk, that was my goal, that they continue to be upstanding, citizens.
People love and hate
put you in the same sentence. Friend or foe, better know, keep a clear vision. The homie Miss said, treat people for who they are. Gold can be a queen, rocks don't shine like a star. Words of wisdom, apply it all to my structure. A thin line between helping and being a sucker. Sangria and Radberry, my drink of choice. Talking loud is a great way to lose your voice. I didn't make the rules, I just play them well. In the world of fags and fools, we exist as well. Southern playalistic, encrypted in my soul. I don't wife them, I just pipe them, different breed for show. Stack this money, then a nigga tuck away. If I'm not around and I don't have much to say. Silence, but in a jiffy you can hear them sirens. Pirate, assassin, when I exercise it. I am the true and living in any division. Lead material, imperial, special edition. Kate passed the torch, I've been flaming ever since. I just want the hood to smile when I represent. Fans wanna crack me like the Da Vinci Code, cause they know if you listen, their attention's exposed. Got that Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey, Ancient Army. Raw coke, certified, dope flow, godly. I hear them talking from afar, that's just estrogen. Keep your distance when you dissing when I suggest to them. Memories of my mom sitting in that chair. Body weak, eyes red from dripping these tears. The pain that I felt was unbearable. So if you wish to bring me pain, I will bury you. No question, don't be a liability, be a blessing. It's a one-way lane, homie, changing directions. Conversation really got her masturbating. She classification, process of elimination. Rare but delicate, etiquette of a king. Testimonial, presentation supreme. Seems like everybody looking for me to drop the ball. Wanna see me lose a break, they keep praying on my downfall. But don't worry, I got this. Built for a tough note, you can't stop this. I've been down, but look at me now. My whole crew taking off like a rocket. It's all on me. Audio chemistry, it's all on me.
Nothing compared to good God. I was furious. Matt was in San Diego this weekend. I was in Peoria, Illinois. New number one on the power rankings of shittiest town in the entire country. Peoria, Illinois was hell, dude.
Never heard of her.
Like, oh, here's a mall. I went into a mall. It was just totally abandoned.
Really?
Just filled with like 3 bums.
What?
Just bums sleeping in the food court. It was hell, dude.
That's
that town fucking
crazy.
sucks.
Yeah.
Illinois. Yeah, if that means anything to you. Usually, entertainers name their hometown, man. People flip out, you know. Like Brooklyn, yeah, okay, you know. Peoria, I said, you know. Last night somebody threw up. That was it. So they get sick, you know. Peoria, and whatever you think when you hear the name, that's what it's like. I miss home.
I was born and raised here. These blocks, these schools, these streets, they carry more stories than most people will ever know. Peoria is a small city located in central Illinois, about 166 miles southwest of the country's largest city, Chicago, with a population just under 2.6 million in its metro region. Peoria itself ranks as the 7th largest city in the state, home to just over 115,000 people. But numbers can be misleading. Because what's buried beneath those numbers is a history of fight and a legacy that runs deeper than most outsiders could ever imagine. If you never walked down these avenues, if you never stood in the cold outside a packed gym on a Friday night, then you might think you know what Peoria is, but you don't. You don't know what it feels like to be doubted from the moment you're born. To be told what you can't do just because of where you're from. To wear orange and black like an armor, not just for the game, but for life. This is more than a documentary. This is a testimony of a high school, a city, and a brotherhood that refused to be broken. Manual High School did more than just win. It raised warriors. It built men. And it created women. It carried the hopes of an entire community on its back year after year. What we accomplished on the court was just the beginning. The real story, the one they didn't tell, is what happened off the court. The pain, the perseverance, the pride. Every number stitched on a jersey, every headline, every moment of glory had a story behind it. One the world never saw until now. This is for those who counted us out, for the ones who made it, and for those who didn't, for the families that sacrificed, for the coaches who believed, and for the neighborhoods that never gave up hope. This film you're about to see is called Orange and Black, Beneath the Numbers. It's about what it took and what it still takes to rise from a place the world often overlooks. It's about how we practice to win and train to win, but we're conditioned to lose. And somehow, we won anyway. Welcome to our story. Yeah, this the South End. This is us. This is all we had, man, growing up. You know, we stayed right here, 1924, West Antoinette. Coach McClain stayed right there. So as kids, you know, we used to go back and forth and play. That garage right there, that's where those championships was made at. He had a little rim in there, and that was my downstate in that rim, our downstate. My brother, Wooly, and Serge, we used to play on a little rim inside that garage, right by that door. And, you know, that was our downstate. As kids, on the other side, back where our garage used to be, on the corner of his auntie fence, Rosie, that was our baseball field. In the garage was our basketball court. And a few houses down, which you can't see, it was a big field. That was our football field. That's all we did is play sports. You know, that's all we had, you know. That was our way out. That was our way out. You know, that was our way of giving back to this community. to the South Peoria. And this is where it's at. This is where it all happened at. This is part of it, big part of it. I'm good.
Would your students go up front? Start walking. Let me start walking. They baggy. It's the two double doors down at the end. They open up like this. Oh, council sits in the front desk. Just go up. You okay? Woodruff? Where you at? Keep moving, you might as well give me in, man. Hurry up! Come on, Cooper, hurry up! I think he still got him, but he said he gave him to Tristan. Come on, guys, hurry up! Good morning, Ramley, and happy Friday. Welcome to a beautiful day here at the heart of the South Side. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. School starts promptly at 7:30, so please hurry and get to your first hour class. Any girl interested in joining the manual swim team, your first practice will be Monday. All ability levels are welcome. If you do not know how to swim, that is not a problem at all. We will teach you. Students, as you follow your schedules throughout the day, please ask any adult for help if you get lost. We're here to help. Hallway sweeps will be starting sooner than you think, so please get to know your schedule so that you can get to every class on time. You do have a 5-minute passing period. Music will play 3 minutes into the passing period to urge you to hurry to class. Please try to get to every class on time, and let's all have a wonderful day. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
We are 66% black, 19% white, 18% Hispanic, 91% low income. I was born and raised here in Peoria.
My dad is a graduate of Manual, and so I grew up hearing all the stories about Manual. He went here in the 70s, and so I always had that Manual pride, even though I didn't go here, because it was just throughout our house, day in and day out. Manual is absolutely the heart of the South Side. Manual is the pillar of support and hope for the South Side. For the city in general, if the city catches a cold, Manual has the flu. The South Side has the flu. And so we are really trying to make sure our students get what they need so that they can contribute to the city in a positive way. If the city is not, if the South Side is not healthy, then our city is not healthy. One of our biggest challenges here is instilling hope in our students. They are brilliant. Our students are very smart. They're very capable. They don't always know that. And so our biggest challenge is trying to get that into them so that they can see that they can accomplish their dreams, that they can succeed in school, out of school, athletic, academic. So our biggest challenge is getting them to see that and getting them to show up for themselves so that they can be successful. And people believe that students here at Manual can't learn or don't care, and that is absolutely untrue. Our students defy the odds every day. Manual's graduation rate is the highest it's been since 2010. It is up 20% in the last 4 years. Our freshmen on track is up. Our students are really succeeding at monumental levels despite what society thinks about them. One of the best benefits are our parents. That is another stereotype, that people think our parents are not involved. They absolutely are. A lot of our parents are Manual alumni, and so they are very proud to have their student here. And another benefit here is our staff. Our staff is phenomenal. They care so much about the kids. They work hard for the kids. They get them what they need, both socially, emotionally, and academically. And they don't leave. We have a very low turnover rate here at Manual. We only have 2 new teachers this year because everyone stayed. And so we're all invested in this community and our students.
Not a high school. When I was in North Carolina, I taught in Durham at a middle school. And it's very similar. It was inner city middle school, had a population not much larger than here at Manual. Served the population very similar to Manual, and it was just really like a stone throw from some of the best universities in the country. Duke was not too far up the street. Central was right up the street. So unlike this one where Bradley is right up the street, you have quality education right there. And here you have this little pocket of very much need and just a walking distance from all of this opportunity. Currently, I'm assistant principal. I serve the 9th and 12th grade. This will be my 4th year as assistant principal here. And prior to that, I was an English teacher at 9th grade English, and I started back in 2013, so this is going to my 11th year. I love Manual. I didn't know where Manual was when I first interviewed in the district, because when I first interviewed for a teaching position in the district, it was just a general, I want to get my feet back in the water, get to teaching in the area. I have been living here but not working as a teacher, and so I said, okay, I'm going to apply at Peoria Public Schools. And so I moved here, I think it was when the discussion of closing Manual was going on, and so I applied, and when I came down to interview, I was impressed when I walked in the door. This young man met me at the door and introduced himself. I wish I remembered his name, but I don't. And he said, oh, you're looking for the principal's office. And he directed me around. He talked to me about, he was a senior. He directed me around. He talked to me about what he was planning to do in the coming months. He was just as nice and just cordial. And I was thinking, this is really nice. I mean, it's really nice. Because I came in, it was hustle bustle, kids were changing classes. And I was like, I like the energy in this place. In my personal opinion, I think that we are a hidden gem. Manual, the heart of Manual is absolutely amazing. And what do we mean for Peoria? I think in a lot of ways, Manual represents the backbone of Peoria. And I say that because the people that we serve and the community that we serve, they're hardworking people. A lot of them blue-collar families. They are people who want their children to have the best opportunities like anyone else. And I think Manual is striving to provide that service every day to every student that we see. And the students that leave our school are going to go out and be game changers in the world. Some of them have faced a lot of adversity, some of them have come through a lot of challenges, but that's going to make them stronger, and that's going to make them more adaptable, and it's going to help them to really, how can I say, adjust to the challenges that are coming in the future. So I think that for my experience here in the building, the students in Manual are going to be some of the biggest impactors of future growth in the city. That Manual High School provides a service for the community that is worthy of your admiration and commitment to helping us continue in our journey. We need to be here. The students that we work with need us, and we need them. We need them. It's a partnership. And I would want everyone to know that the Manual High School that I have come to know and love in the 10 years that I've been here, it has changed in a positive way. We're growing. We are expanding our offerings to our students. We're responding to the requirements of the global economy. You know, we're training students not just to go out and get a job at the McDonald's, but we're training students to go out and do jobs that are not even created yet. That is the challenge. How do you create students for a future when we don't know what the future will look like? But we are creating a pathway for students to take into a future that is still unknown. And we're doing it with joy and hope and encouragement and consistency.
Currently, I'm the AP assistant principal. Been here, this is going into my 3rd year. I attended that Orange and Black, Manual Rams, baby, 85 through 89. Yep. I didn't play basketball in high school. I was a baseball player, but basketball is my love. I did play basketball down at the boys club. I played with some really good players at the boys club. I went out to Westmore University. It's in Iowa. They came here and did a college visit here, and I ended up talking to them, ended up going out there. Now, I never played basketball in high school, so I had to do it like an audition for the team out there. And I remember the coach was like, it's not that easy to make a college team. I was like, I'll be fine. I kept telling him I'll be fine. We got the shoes on, we played. He said, I got you. Oh, man, yo. Taught you what people call that grit. Man, you teach you all that. I mean, just being here, Manual, I mean, it's Manual. I mean, I'm orange and black through and through. I tell people that all the time. And when they come here, and I tease some people because they said, man, I'm orange and black. I said, but you know, graduating from Manual, that's orange and black all the way through and through. It just, that Manual pride, I mean, it's hard to explain, but I will tell you the story. I didn't realize until I coached at Notre Dame for a year. We had to come down here and play. And I didn't realize how intimidating it was to be in that other locker room until I walked in that locker room. Because, quick story, we had just played Manual. I coached the JV teams, and we had just played Manual in a tournament, and they barely beat us by 4 points. We should have won a couple of bad bounces, so we lost by 4 points. And then a week later, we came to play Manual here, and I just remember in practice, like, we was all excited, like, man, we're going to beat the Manual. Yeah, we're going down there, we'll beat Manual. I said, I'm going to beat my team, beat my old high school. And it felt like that until I walked in that locker room. And then that intimidation factor being in that visitor locker room. Woo! And then I had to still try to encourage my team, which I did, but long story short, it was about a 30-point game. Yeah, man, they gave it to about 20, it was about 24 to 30-point game. But Manual is what holds the South Side together. I mean, I think about that all the time. If you get rid of these kids, what would they, now we got to try to send them somewhere else and this and that. And I mean, Manual is the glue that holds the South Side together, give people a place to come. I mean, I just love when alumni people come back here and they talk about Manual back in the day, and we love the South Side. Manual is the South Side. One thing, back in the day, Peoria known for basketball. Proctor, Carver Center, all those, when you go out you can go to any court, playground in Peoria, and you already knew you're gonna have that competition. And in college, I already knew that it couldn't be nothing tougher than what I faced on that concrete outside in Peoria. So, I could name, the names. People already know all the names, so I don't have to name everybody. But you playing against them, you can play against anybody. It's something about Manual. People. I go places. I travel a lot. People talk about Manual. I remember we were down in Memphis. You got hanging out with some Memphis Grizzlies players. They talk about Howard Nathan. They talk about Manual High School. I've been places, Minneapolis, up there with when Kevin Garnett played up there. They talk about Manual High School. So I just wish our kids these days understood that Manual pride and how deep that goes. Because people know about Manual, and these kids don't understand. They got that legacy they got to carry on. But I think once they figure that out, we'll be all right.
our defense. It's our defense. I tell y'all that time and time again. It's the defense. We're not taking pride in our defense, and then we coming down on offense and we not doing nothing on offense. Throwing the ball everywhere. Stop forcing it. Move the ball. We don't have a shot clock in here, do we? Okay then. Move the ball. We need to take great shots. Pass up the good ones for the great shots, man. We've been too selfish going one-on-one too much. If you're going to keep going one-on-one, everybody standing, you need to be going to make plays. But we got to go away from that one-on-one shit. We got to go away from it. All right? Now, guarding Stars, we got in front of him. We've been doing a good job on it, but it's everything else. It's the second chance points, it's the rebounds, the tip-ins. It's us not taking charges and we in position. Take the charge, fellas. We keep trying to reach and get foul trouble. No. Take the charge and do it the right way. We can't go for the home run punch right away. We can't go for that right away. Chip away, play by play by play by play. Okay? Yes, and we got to win the 50-50s. I don't think we're on the floor enough. I don't see us scrappy enough. Right? They not at home, we are. So they coming in here throwing everything in the kitchen at us. Come on. We know what we are to do. Got to do it together, though. The long faces got to go away, too. Bad body language. I keep telling y'all. Some of y'all can't play like that. Get rid of it. Next play. What you going to do to help us? Instead,
when he go right, he leave his feet to pass. He's jumping every time, and he running people over. Y'all got it?
That's what's been a problem for us, too, though. Everybody's saying yes, sir, right now. But then we go out there and nobody do it. Yeah. That'd be the problem, right? Best thing that we got, another half.
Yeah, that
0-0. Come on. Turn it up. Happy that is, bro.
We like that again. Turn it up, y'all. Red on 3, red on 6, 1, 2, 3, red.
Being a student at Manual High School is definitely great to be around. I'll start off by saying that.
For the record, this is where the story began. Before it became known as Manual Training High School, the school was originally referred to as Lincoln High School or Lincoln Avenue High School.
Old one, right next to the bakery.
During its development, under the leadership of Principal W.G. Russell, the name Manual Training High School was established, marking the beginning of a legacy that will leave a lasting impact on Peoria for generations at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Shelley Street.
The old man. I didn't attend a new one. I attended the school. It's right down on Lincoln Street, about a block and a half from the library. It's right across from the bakery. You know where that lot is right there? The bakery, there's a barber shop, then there's a lot where you can buy the butternut bread and stuff. It was right there.
Well, one thing about Manual, when you come to Manual, if you're going to play any kind of sports, you better be pretty tough. They don't like no weak ball players down there. Because if you're weak, you might as well give it up because they'll run you away from there.
And then for gym class, we were so small, the building, that we'd have to, when the weather was good, we'd go outside, run down to Proctor, have gym class, and then run back. Yeah. For basketball practice, we didn't have no games at Manual because it wasn't big enough. We played like in a basement. And so for games, we'd have to trick over the Tree Wing because all the Peoria schools, like Peoria High and us, that was only two for a long time, played at Tree Wing. So we didn't have a gym. Afro-America-wise, when I went there, there was probably 20 to 25 in the whole school, and that was it. And so there were some things we could and couldn't do with the building. We ate in the cafeteria. We was kind of like last at the end. We had gym class. We had to interact with the Caucasians. There's some things that we couldn't do. We couldn't dance, for instance. If we had dance in class, we had to dance on our own, even if they was more than people. We'd have to stand on the side. Only time that some of the athletes that went out, if you wasn't an exceptional athlete, you couldn't play anyway. I mean, they wouldn't even match you out. Only the really good kids that they wanted, they needed, would play basketball. Ain't nothing like it. I mean, everybody that came here, played here, was just like family. This is back when I was coming up. The most important thing there was for Afro-Americans, because we didn't have nothing else to do. So we put all our energy and stuff in Manual basketball, and it just grew from there. His name was Jesse Morgan. Snake could play. He's probably the best player in Peoria at that time. We'd go to games and we'd sit up at Roosevelt up in the back so the assistant coach Stonebach wouldn't see us. Because I tell you, Jesse was so good that a Stonebach song, he'd pull him out of the stands and shoot him up right there. So we had Jesse Morgan with Isaac Hughes, who was here a little while ago, Wally O'Neill, Charlie Jones, who was on the county police department for a while. The people always ask me the question, who I think is the best basketball player to come out of Manual. I can't do that. Remember a kid named Fred Marbury? Left Manual, went to ISU, broke all their records until Doug Collins came along. Left there and wouldn't play with the Globetrotters for a long time because it was hard for him to get the pros. But he was at ISU's, Illinois State, leading scorer for years. He came out of Manual. We had people like Al Smith came out of Manual, played really well. But you know, Howard came out of Manual, played. So we've had some good athletes come out of Manual.
And a lot of people will be very, very surprised at the graduates that left Manual. And a lot of them that left Manual went to Caterpillar. I know a guy that was a factory manager, ran a whole Caterpillar, and he graduated from Manual. State Park with Clarence Fawcett. If you want to play basketball, go to State Park. You'll meet the best ball players you ever want to see in Peoria at State Park. Guys would come from all over the state to come down there to play at State Park, because you had guys from Bradley like Bobby Joe Mason, Shelley McMillan, Curly Johnson, Joe Strada, and even Ed Jackson that went to Manual.
We had Bobby Humbles come out there. The best pure shooter Manual ever had. Could fill it up.
Manual Training High School offered 5 distinct courses of study: academic, commercial, manual training, home economics, and sheet metal, providing opportunities that met the needs and interests of students with a wide range of talents and ambitions. The academic course laid a solid foundation for college entrance, while also encouraging general cultural development. The commercial course offers strong preparation for the business world, giving students the knowledge and skills to succeed in it. The home economics course provided valuable training in the art of selecting and making clothing, preparing selecting foods, caring for and furnishing the home, and also understanding dietetics. The manual training course was a 4-year program that began with woodworking, mechanical drawing for freshmen, and expanded to the machine shop, cabinet making, horticultural drawing, and other advanced subjects for the upperclassmen. At this time, sheet metal was the newest addition of Manual's curriculum, a course designed in recognition of the growing importance of sheet metal work in industry. Through these offerings, Manual Training High School truly served as a place where students could build a future and match their own capacities and dreams. "1930 was a year that reflected the past, the present, and the promise of the future of Manual Training High School athletics. That year, the freshmen, the class of 1933, shocked everyone by winning the interclass basketball championship. It was the first time in many years that a freshman team had claimed the match-converted title. The championship game came against the seniors. It was one of the most thrilling ever played inside of the Manual gym. The seniors, determined not to be outdone by the underclassmen, came up with a fierce game plan, and for a moment, it looked like they might pull off the win. But the plucky little freshmen fought like tigers, and they earned it. The title, the bragging rights, and the championship banner that once proudly hung on the wall of Manual Training High School's gymnasium. Coach Telford Meade came to us from Lincoln, Nebraska, where he had already made his mark in both football and basketball at Lincoln High School. He led his football team to a state championship in 1919, and just a year later in 1920, brought home a state title in basketball as well. He was a proven winner. Ironically, Coach Meade joined us in the middle of the season, stepping in after the sudden resignation of our then head coach, Oscar Wilford. Right away, Coach Meade made a few strategic changes, but the most important shift he made was on the defensive end of the court. Under Coach Meade's leadership stood a determined roster of young men. Team captain, Neve Harms, Benny Schwartz, Harvey Benson, Charles Wogemuth, Ken Shoup, Robert Claus, and on the sidelines, cheerleader George Thompson, rallying the spirit of the crowd. Together they posted a remarkable 15-3 record leading up to the state tournament in Champaign. They beat Atwood in the quarterfinals. They took down Beardstown in the semifinals. They set the stage for the final game against Bloomington. That game forever will stand out in the memory of every Manuelite. From the very first jump ball, it was fierce, hard-fought battle. Every player on the court gave everything he had for his teammates, for his school. And when the buzzer finally sounded, with more than thousands proud Manuelites cheering in the stands, Manuel had claimed the state championship. The final score, 38-25. In just 3 short months, Coach Telford Meade had done the unimaginable. He brought home Manuel's first ever state basketball title. He was hailed as the Wonder Coach. As written in the Mirror of 1930, this team was undoubtedly the greatest ever produced by Manuel. Another may equal it, but no one will ever surpass it. It was Tuesday, January 29th, 1963. A cold winter rolled across Peoria's south side as students and staff prepared for a journey less than 2 miles in distance, but that would carry generations forward. For over half a century, Manual Training High School had been more than a school. It was a beacon, a factory of futures. A proud institution where boys and girls learn how to work with their hands, sharpen their minds, and strengthen their hearts. The building on Lincoln Avenue held stories in every brick. Wood shop floors still echoed with the steps of freshmen learning their craft. Classrooms filled with typewriters and drafting tables had witnessed the dreams of working class city come alive, one student at a time. But on this day, the Rams were moving on. Manual was changing, and so was the world around it. Just down the street, a brand new building awaited them. Manual High School. Modern, bright, expansive. It reflected not only a shift in architecture, but an ambition. Gone were the smokestacks and the machine shops of the early 20th century. In their place, science labs, libraries, athletic wings, and an auditorium filled with light. This wasn't just a school built of concrete and steel. It was built on hope for better opportunities for better futures. As students carried their books and belongings into the new hallways, they brought with them just the smell of chalk and old gym shoes. They brought legacy. They brought pride. Principals and teachers led the way, honoring the past while pressing forward, ensuring that Manual will still be Manual, even if the address had changed. There were tears from those who remember the old school fondly. There were smiles from those stepping into something brand new. And there was a collective understanding that this moment, this Tuesday in January, was the beginning of a new chapter. Manual was no longer just a school for trades. It was becoming a school for transformation. From that day forward, Manual High School would continue to mold minds, uplift families, and shape a city just as it always had. Only now, it would do so with broader shoulders, bigger dreams, and a vision not limited to the tools of the past, but inspired by them. The journeys of the Ram was just getting started.
Oh, man, I grew up, I'm a South Ender, I grew up, Wiswall runs right in the front of the school. I grew up right up on Wiswall. When I walked in today, man, I had to turn and look. I'm sure my dad yelled at me, it's like, because, it's the South End. That was great growing up.
Being a student at Manual High School, it was exciting, but it was a daunting task because of the time that we lived in. Just being part of a good high school, because we could have went to another high school. I'm not going to mention the name, but we ended up going to Manual High School, and being a student there, it was a growing experience for me because I really enjoyed the teachers, the students. It was, some good times and bad times, but it was a great time being a student there.
Well, Manual was underestimated, man. People don't appreciate Manual, I was a fireman 30 years. People knew me from playing down here. But Manual's produced, look at the talent we produced down here. But you're a South Ender, like South End. It's like, yeah, come on, But this town, if you look around, there's so many people in good positions and things that have come out of Manual, come out of the South End, man. It's just a whole different thing.
During that time, if you lived on the South End, regardless of whether you were white, Hispanic, Asian, African American, you were kind of looked down on, and that's just the truth. But we had each other. Particularly the neighborhood that, even if you lived in the housing, from the housing to houses, we used to walk to school through the snow, through the rain, and we all grew up together. And we literally grew up together because if you didn't you went to Harrison, you went to Treewind, and then you went to Manual. And we got to know each other. Some of us got to be good friends, some didn't, but we all knew that we were all one in the South End.
When I grew up in the South End, it was blue collar. You worked at Caterpillar, Keystone, Silco. It was just blue collar people. You didn't have to lock your bike up. You run the streets, go to the swim, do whatever. It was just good, hard-working people, man. And, your neighbor looked out for you. This neighbor looked out for you. It was just a great time. You didn't have to look over your shoulder. There was no problems. It was a hell of a neighborhood. I was either the white boy, I was the honky, or the semi-soul. That's what I was, And it was those guys were my brothers, I can't go anywhere in this town. All my buddies will come back and visit. They say, everywhere we go, somebody knows you. Somebody knows you. Yeah, you went to Manual. You went to Manual. I said, I'm proud of it too.
To say that there wasn't any racism, that would be I would be totally naive, and I would be lying. But it was some racial tension because there were certain issues or certain things that in high school that weren't fairly offered to African Americans, but were offered to whites as well. But we really didn't have a true voice during that time to voice our opinions or try to direct change. So we did it through athletics.
It was just tension at that time.
I was involved with the Black History
class, and Mr. Hendricks really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't know.
Oh, I loved it. We were we were a little rowdy at times, the class I was with, but we were a good class, I thought. We were attentive. We knew what was going on. We had fights. There were riots. And it started in the foyer. Somebody picked up a garbage can, threw it across the foyer. One of our students, a black student, caught it, threw it back. And that started a riot. They were mad about something. What? We don't know. Parents came over, white parents. Black parents didn't come. And they kind of attacked us. And we ended up walking out. And we walked over to Carver, from here to Carver. And I remember it because McDonald's sent food over to us, burgers and fries, because they said we did it without causing any problems. We just marched out. We were tired.
My sophomore years, there's days we come in the hallway, the foyer out there, fist fights broke out, they'd send everybody home. That went on my whole sophomore year. And me being an athlete playing ball, I didn't have to have any problems, because I'm friends with, these guys are my buddies. But then that was like, 70s? So, 60s were a turbulent time. In the 60s, we had the race riots down here, my sophomore year, we had fights and stuff down here. That all went away.
The trouble that was at Manual was started by the black kids. And we were like, no, we weren't starting anything. That was a major thing. And then parents coming over and complaining about things they said we were doing to their students or their kids, or words being said. And we were like, maybe some of the younger ones were doing it, but the older ones, the ones that are getting ready to graduate, we didn't do that type of thing. We loved basketball. We came along at the beginning of the reign for Wayne McClain and Mike Davis and Michael Humbles, all of them. They were getting their start. Because when I graduated, they were still here and they carried on, and everybody came back for the games. We loved seeing them play. They were good. We loved cheering. We were Rams. Nothing could beat a Ram. That's what we felt. So those three names I named, they were all like that. They were all willing to play the right way. And they got a little heated sometime on the floor because you never know what the other team was doing, but they played fair and they won with their talents. And we were all proud of that. Everybody was mad, and some of it had to do with sports. Some had to do with, because, Manual was good at sports, and we had a lot of black athletes that were very good. And some of the people that they were fighting, I didn't fight anybody, were football team. They were pretty strong. And, but I think in the end, we end up being better for it because we learned how to get along better. We fought back then. We didn't shoot and stab like they do now. We got it out, and Peoria Journal-Star retracted some stuff that they had said that Manual students were doing, and it wasn't true, and black students. So we got it out.
You get into the 70s, and just like with the 72 Rams, I'm going to tell you this one thing I did want to say. We brought this school back together. People got behind that 72 Rams, man. You weren't black, you weren't white, you were Manual. We were just Manual.
I could see the demographics changing as I became a senior. However, my freshman year, it was about 50-50 black and white, and some Latinos mixed in there, some Asians. However, by my senior year, it was, I would say, 70-30 African American. When I was in school, football ruled the day. Basketball really wasn't a factor until, I would say, the mid-'80s, when David Booth changed the game. And players like Aaron Kelly, Estelle Russell, Frederick Hayes, D.J. Richardson, who should have came to Manual, ended up going to Woodruff, Beanie Mac, and Charles Webster, all of those young brothers who, they changed the game. And a lot of people don't know it, but they sampled all the talent from either Harrison Holmes, the Dub H. My brother Alfred played from whom, 74
74, 73 or 74 to 77. And he was a three-sport athlete, track, basketball, and football, all-American football player. But I can remember watching him play against players like Mark Smith, who played with the Pacers, Derek Holcomb, and he would give them the business. You know, he was too physical for him, you know, but he wasn't much of a scorer, but shot blocker, defender, and rebounder. He was the man, in my opinion. Great athlete, 6'6". At the time, he was around 230, 225, 230, could jump, could run like the wind, you know, so he was my favorite, yeah. And besides, I'd seen him play since I was a child, you know.
Again, it was the 70s, and we, I think as black people, we were starting to really understand our power, our true power, and how we could wield it. So, you know, when they really didn't offer any any classes in high school that were pertaining to Black history until maybe about my sophomore or junior year in high school, and but they called it Black history. But it was just, I think it was for Black students, it was us, it was just the process of us finding ourselves and understanding what we can really do if we band together.
With sports, we all got along, but there was some racial tension, but we kind of outset it with sports. So we had to get along.
Between him and Big Mike, man, they were like my brothers. You know, they were as close as they could be to me without being brothers, you know. They knew my family, I knew their families. You know, it was to this day, you know, like I said, my buddies go, man, you know everybody. I played at Manual. With Wayne, I was either the white boy, I was the honky, or the semi-soul. That's what I was, you know. And it was those guys were my brothers.
There were some of the great players that played for the Rams back then. Johnny Washington.
Johnny was one of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, I kind of think of him as the original Steph Curry, because he would hit game winners at the drop of a hat.
Johnny Washington first.
Multiples.
He probably Frankie Welch, Bobby Darling,
Bobby Humbles.
Bobby, I was probably in the 8th grade then. Bobby Holmes. It's too many. Johnny Washington, number 10. He was like the cream in the crop. He was a point guard. He was like he said, Curry. He was all-star. I think it was all conference, all state, and he was just he was a ton. I remember he was at Tree Wind, and he was like the star.
Great Bill Taylor. I remember being in marching band. We had to play we had to be the pep band for the basketball games, and I would watch the team warm up, and I just loved the way Bill Taylor moved. He wasn't a tall guy, but he was very agile and very capable at center, and I just liked the way he handled the ball. He did a couple of fancy passes that really impressed me, and I was like, wow, that's a basketball player. Basically, again, even though there were basketball and football, the winning tradition, that championship spirit still was within us, because we felt during that time we had something to prove as South Enders to the city of Peoria.
Burned down 94, left 95 scorched, kept 96 lit, napalm in 97. Hail Mary in the huddle like, come with me, brother, run quick, see what do we have here now. Can't never tear it down, Wayne built it from the ground. All the greatness that he gave, now the greatness in the grave. Got love out the mud, number 12, rest in peace. Tony Gully in my blood, real Rams relate. Send dog Double H, know you waiting at the gates. Howard showed them hoop dreams, 34 faith.
I hear people asking, who is that? Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black. All the glory we took, they can't take it back. Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black. I hear people asking, who is that? Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black. All the glory we took, they can't take it back. Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black.
Let me go, Brandon Hughes, let the crowd light the fuse. Never crossing Jimmy, half court getting robbed. Brandon Allen drop a bomb, ask Cortland Tubbs, throw a pretty pass. Serge was there for that. Ivan Willie Tim, that's Alcatraz. Ask Kevin Garnett, who was the best. Rams ran the Midwest, 2 chips on the table, then continued on the quest. 3-peat through the heat, Southside pride. Serge Marcus Frank, concrete at the core. 3 chips on the court, now we rowing at the 4th, crushing everything on course. Meet me in St. Louis, now they going double Drake. 7 threes in they face, I heard the record break. Giants fall on Oak Hill, that's national appeal. Rob Marlon Creston, put the thorn in Thornton. Delivered us from fate, made history in the state.
I hear people asking, who is that? Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black. All the glory we took, they can't take it back. Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black. I hear people asking, who is that? Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black. All the glory we took, they can't take it back. Forever Mayor Ram, I bleed orange and black.
Walking through this city like 309 Southside. How they couldn't see us coming. Now we marching every year like burned down 94, left 95 scorched, kept 96 lit, napalm in 97.
Opposition, motivation, hate to face the Ram Nation. Bring them on, no hesitation, pressure, press the situation. Give them hell from the jump, record written in the books. Never change what we was, coach still teaching lessons. Wanna be a living legend, wanna die an icon. Give it everything you got and go beyond the beyond. Now you moving with the mighty, got a fire, keep igniting. I go nitty in the clutch, throw your Ram horns up.